Ledama Ole Kina.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the Retirement Benefits Deputy President Designated State Officers Amendment Bill 2018 be read a second time. The Retirement Benefit, the Deputy President and Designated State Officers Amendment Bill 2018 was published on the 28th of February 2018 and read the first time on the 18th of April 2018. The principal objective of the bill is to ensure that Parliament approves altering of the benefits due to a retired Deputy President and the designated state officers under the Retirement Benefit Deputy President and Designated State Officers Act. Madam Speaker, the present legal framework, the Retirement Benefit Deputy President and Designated State Officers Act, as currently enacted, is unfavorable to a Deputy President or a designated state officer who is out of favor with the current government of the day. Madam Speaker, the bill seeks to curtail and check the powers of the executive in altering or modifying benefits due to a retired Deputy President and other designated state officers as provided for in the present Act. This bill, Madam Speaker, is therefore crucial in ensuring that the state does not modify and alter benefits due to a designated state officer as a tool to intimidate a designated state officer, especially those who are not, in quotes, good books of the government of the day. Madam Speaker, the bill provides a framework for reviewing decisions of the executive to alter and modify personnel attached to the entitled person. Madam Speaker, the bill establishes a parliamentary joint committee on entitlement comprising of the majority and minority party leaders of Parliament and 5 other members of Parliament. A joint committee is mandated to consider petitions that seek to alter entitlement due to entitled person or complaints regarding such entitlement. The committee has a maximum of 30 days to consider such petition. Madam Speaker, Clause 4 of the bill seeks to include the Senate in determining whether an entitled person should be denied the benefit awarded under the Act and considering petitions that seek to alter the entitlement of an entitled person. Madam Speaker, Clause 6 of the bill provides that where an entitled person dies in service after the commencement of this Act, a lump sum of payment on death calculated as a sum equal to 5 times the entitled person's annual salary shall become payable to the entitled person's legal personal representative. Madam Speaker, in terms of the children's benefits, after the demise of the entitled person, Clause 7 of the bill provides that if upon death of an entitled person there is one eligible child, the eligible child shall be entitled to a pension at the rate of 25% of the pension entitlement of the deceased entitled person. The clause further provides that if upon death of an entitled person there are 2 or more eligible children, the eligible children shall be entitled to a pension at a rate of 50% of the pension entitlement of the deceased entitled person to be divided equally for the benefit of each child. Clause 9 and 10 of the bill sets a minimum of 6 armed security officers and a maximum of 10 armed security officers to be assigned to a retired Deputy President, Vice President, and Prime Minister. The bill also proposed to give an entitled person the opportunity to select officers to serve him or her. Further, the Inspector General of Police is obliged to refer to the Joint Committee when he seeks to alter or reduce the security arrangement of an entitled person. Madam Speaker, this bill is a crucial piece of legislation to strengthen good governance and accountability by the state. It comes at a time when we as the Senate have seen loopholes in our laws as regard to state treatment of retired deputy president and other designated state officers. It is our solemn duty to safeguard and promote the rule of law, and I have no doubt that we shall consider the bill and make further proposal to enrich the legislation. I therefore beg to move the Retirement Benefit Deputy President Designated State Officers Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 2 of 2018, now to be read the second time. Madam Speaker, this bill is very controversial. Let me state it that. Because of the way it has been the way the media has sensationalized the matters that deals with this bill. Madam Speaker, this is an amendment to an already existing Act of Parliament, which was passed in 2015, that set what a retired state officer should be able to receive. Madam Speaker, this bill is only sealing loopholes which are there. We experience. We all differ. Democracy is a very good thing because it encourages us to share our own opinion and agree to disagree. But at that time, when we agree to disagree, it should not affect the benefit of the people who have served this nation, who have given it all. Madam Speaker, I know even at this peak right now, the governors are also seeking to be part of this bill. We know that the judges are also seeking to be part of this bill. I know that there are so many problems, but these are things that we can be able to interrogate, respect the benefits for the people who have served this nation. During the resist period, Madam Speaker, the security attached to the former Prime Minister, Ledama Ole Kina, were being withdrawn at any given time. So when we sought to understand why this was happening, Madam Speaker, we realized that the law which gave him those benefits had loopholes. So this bill, Madam Speaker, is not trying to increase the wage bill, as purported by several people who are talking about it out there, but it's trying to put order. If I have a benefit, Madam Speaker, then that benefit should be given to me, Madam Speaker. If at any given time, anyone in this country believes that the benefits that have been accorded to me are more than I should be accorded, then they have a right to petition a joint committee, which is what this bill is introducing. It is also very dangerous, Madam Speaker, to be able to say, the way the current bill reads, that the retired deputy president and another state officer may request security. It doesn't give a limit of how many they can request, neither does it give a maximum. It also does not focus or give responsibility on who has a right to withdraw this security or to alter the benefit. So, Madam Speaker, this bill will bring sanity into this business where if I disagree with you and you're in government, then I will never enjoy any of my benefits. To a point where, Madam Speaker, if we do not debate this bill and I allow members to be able to put in their comments, it will get to a point where it will even be very difficult for anyone in this country who has a pension to be able to go after that pension. Because if we can be able to alter at will the benefit of a former vice president who served this country, being a vice president or a former prime minister, Madam Speaker, is not something easy. You give all that it takes. You wake up at the wee hours of the night. You traverse the country. We are currently entertained by a lot of movement, back and forth on this issue. But it is a misconception. This bill, Madam Speaker, is not seeking. It is not seeking to increase the benefits. It is only seeking to seal the loopholes which are there. Madam Speaker, it will be good, and I welcome amendments to these bills, to even consider including other state officers, former speakers of this House, former speakers of the National Assembly, judges of the Supreme Court, judges of the Court of Appeal, other judges, people who have served this country. They did not serve this country so that when we retire them, we now kick them. We are supposed to reward them for what they have been able to do. Madam Speaker, when you read the bill as it is right now, there's really no framework on decision in terms of how many, or rather, how your benefits should be managed. This bill, when we bring in these amendments, will be able to ensure that no one gives himself or herself powers that either this Constitution does not give him or her, or no any other law gives that person the right to alter the benefits of a designated state officers. Madam Speaker, this bill, there are a few things that I also agree, as the more I read the bill which I drafted, that will need to consider changing, which I welcome. But it is important for members of the public, because this is a matter which is highly controversial, to realize that this bill does not seek to increase the benefits of retired state officers. This bill only seeks to seal these loopholes. Madam Speaker, if you do not limit the number of police officers who can be Madam Speaker, I'm sorry, but my line of thought is interrupted by the loud noise outside. But I'll try to ignore it and continue. Madam Speaker, the point that I was trying to make is that if we do not put a limit or a maximum number of security personnel who would be assigned to a former state officer, then if that former state officer is in good books with the chief of police or the inspector of police, he can be able to get the entire military, the entire police, to be able to protect him or herself. So this bill will ensure that if we say there is a minimum of 6, then you have a minimum of 6. If it says there is a maximum of 15, then it's a maximum of 15. If it says that when you die, you are remembered. It is sad that we don't really recognize the work which is carried out by former state officers. I've met a lot of former state officers who are languishing in poverty now because their pension were not clearly defined. It will be very, very sad. And it will go down in history as this parliament does not care about its own state officers. So, Madam Speaker, I would like to request that this bill be read the second time, and I would like to request Senator Mutula Kilonzo to second it. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Mutula Kilonzo.